Hi everyone, we're going to have another episode of Cross-Stitch in the car with coffee. Oh, let me just pull out of the coffee shop here. And it's been a couple of months, I guess, since we did one, and I've dropped the dog off at the groomer, just like last time, and gone over to the coffee shop. Where I take the dog for grooming is, I don't know, 5-7 miles from our house, and it's in the country. So to go get coffee, it's maybe 10-15 minutes to get it, but I'm driving through the countryside, which is really pretty here in Tennessee. And unfortunately, a whole lot of housing developments are going in on some of this farmland, so some of the countryside is turning all into houses, but nothing I can do about that. It's a great place to live, and these people want to join us here. But wanted to mention the last time, let's see, hold on, let me make sure. Last time we talked, I mentioned about ordering floss, hand-dyed floss, like 10 skeins at a time when I placed an order. Maybe not every time, but I'm continuing to do that, and slowly I will build up my stash of the different colors of hand-dyed floss. And if you change colors on your charts, it's invaluable to have these flosses so you can check the colors. So I'm continuing to do that, and what I discovered on 123 Stitch is that you can go to, let's say, Weeks Dye Works and look at the threads, but you can also put in a filter so that you can see what are the most popular. So that's what I've been doing, is ordering, starting with the most popular, downward. And I'm keeping track on the app I talked about, I think in FlossTube number 3. That one was, the app is Crossstitch Plus. So I can keep track. This road's really bumpy, so I don't know if this shows or not. It's just it's paved, but it's a country road, and it's bumpy. I guess some of the weather we've had's caused some, not potholes yet, but soon. But anyway, 123 Crossstitch has that filter, so you can order the most popular. I was going just alphabetical and picking through the alphabet, but I think most popular will be helpful, because then I'll make sure to get the more popular colors first and then fill in. So I'll be doing that, and then I'm storing them on the big 3-inch black binder rings. I've got a railroad stop right there with no guards, because we're way out in the country, so I have to make sure there are no trains coming. So that's what I've been doing with that, and I've got some more floss coming, because one of the charts that I picked up when I was at Sampler Symposium uses 103 or 103, and the attic had some of the colors, but some they were out of, so I'm waiting on some of those other colors to come in. So, building up that as I'm kitting that particular chart, which I don't think I've shown yet, but I will once I get all the silks. So what I wanted to ask you about, or kind of talk about, besides just the floss thoughts that I had, is that what do you want to say, the daffodils, or buttercups as they're known down here, are blooming everywhere all along the countryside. So it's so gloomy, nothing's blooming yet, so it's really nice to see that little bit of color. And now I'm kind of going on this really long ridge country road that's pretty curvy. So what I've discovered, and what I wanted to ask you is, do you have just one favorite stitching spot, or do you have several? And put it in the comments below, because I'm curious. I do have actually 2 that I tend to use all the time. Well, we live, like I said, we live in Tennessee, and the summers are really hot. So in order to save energy, we close our blinds in the summer because the sun is so fierce and so hot. And that just helps keep the house cooler. But it does make the house a little, well, not gloomy, but dark. And so what I found is my sewing room has really big windows. But it's hot down there. It's downstairs in a walkout basement. It's hot. So in the summer, I can't sit down there because it's just too hot, and I don't want to turn the air conditioning up just for that. So what I found is in the summer, I find myself sitting in my living room. And I have a big, arm lamp that can go right over the side of the sofa so it can illuminate my work. And that's where I tend to work in the summer. But in the winter, the living room's kind of chilly. So what I'm finding is now that it's winter, I'm sitting downstairs in my sewing room with the big window because it's not as hot. And actually with it chilly outside and the sun coming in the windows, it's good natural light and it's warmer. So that's what I'm finding is I have those 2 spots, and right now I'm tending to sit downstairs in my sewing room more. So I'm just curious, do you find yourself just with one place you like to stitch, or you kind of change it up, move it around? What are your thoughts on that? And one thing with the hand stitching, it's very easy just to put the few things that you need in a little carrier and take it to another room. You've got your project, your floss, your scissors, your readers, or whatever that you're using. And if you already have the lamp set up, you just take that the bag. I did get a little bag from is it Kahona? I think so, Kahana. And I do like that. It's waxed canvas. So that's what I tend to use just to put the project in and go from place to place in the house. So, well, I am just about back to the groomer, and I'm not going to try to sip coffee while I'm driving. So as soon as I pull up to the groomer, I'll sit and drink my coffee and probably turn on somebody's FlossTube and sit and watch in the car. And you're probably thinking, why don't you just go in? Well, this is at somebody's home, and they work out of their home. They have a grooming station in their home, and they do a phenomenal job. So I just sit in their driveway and wait for Benji to be done. So that's the situation here from kind of a gloomy February morning in Tennessee, but just shared those little stitchy thoughts with you this morning. And let me know in your comments about your favorite spot to stitch, and maybe its favorite spot to stitch is getting together with friends. Do any of you do that? Weekly, bi-weekly, once a month? I'm looking for a little local stitchy group so that I can do that as well. So that's going to be it for, let me turn in the driveway here, so then I'll sign off. They've got culverts on either side of the driveway, so I do have to pay attention as I pull in here. So that's it for today with our stitching in the car with coffee. I hope you have a good day, and as always, happy stitching and be well.